Drivers, start your engines!
Yellow's out. Ben's just about out wrecking him. Ben's busted her.
Did you just say?
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. The green flag is out, and we're ready to roll 3 wide with DJG. If you are wondering, you probably saw our posts on social media about our big announcement. So if you're wondering who this big, burly, sexy man is sitting next to me, if you remember from our first episode, we had a phone call with somebody talking about Winchester 400 weekend, and this is him, AJ.
I'm big and I'm an announcement. So there it is.
What's going on, man?
Nothing.
We're
glad
happy
to be here.
We're happy to have you with us.
I'm glad to be here.
I will say, when you first called into the show right after we hung up, I was like, damn, I really want him on the show as a host. And ever since then, I've talked about it. And I know Jarrett was like, I don't know if he'll do it.
At first, I was like, I don't know if he'll do it. And then, like, later on down the road, like, the more I had talked to you about it, I was like, I think he'd do it.
Mm-hmm.
I like, come have fun. I don't get to do anything with racing anymore, so.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here with us.
See, this is a nice little setup.
You can always come hang out with us at the lawn.
Yeah.
I'm going to. If you'll, charge the battery on your car, it'll start.
I've just got to get a new one. But anyway, new week, new episode. We took last week off because of Easter. I hope everybody had a good Easter Sunday with your families or whatever it is that you do on Easter. But we're back. We're ready to talk some racing. We'll let AJ introduce himself a little bit if he wants to.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Anything.
I'm just AJ. That's it. I'm glad to be here. Glad you guys asked me to come hang out with you guys and do this. So
AJ went to the same high school as us. That's how I know who AJ is. He was. You couldn't not notice AJ in high school. That's what I should say.
I stood out.
Yeah, but
I made sure that I did that though.
It was in a good way. It wasn't like he was out causing a bunch of trouble.
Not a bunch.
He may have been causing a bunch of trouble, but
just a little bit. I'm not going to own up to anything I didn't get caught doing though. So
That's great.
I guess we'll get right into it.
Yeah, so I guess the first topic is the Ty Gibbs, Sam Mayer situation. I know a lot of people on social media shared their opinions. It was all pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Everyone was kind of on a mutual agreement that if you're going to fight, take your helmet off. I would say I share that opinion. Now, originally, I was like, well, everyone's told me not to take your helmet off if you're going to fight. But I guess if the other guy does it and takes their helmet off, you might as well take yours off. But
I'm not sure Sam. Nobody expects to get punched, I guess. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't expect Ty Gibbs to be that good of a puncher.
Me either.
I was honestly surprised.
Though, maybe if he took his helmet off, Sam would have been like, if I punch him back, I'm going to get a battery for assaulting a minor. Because Ty Gibbs looks like he's 12. But
he honestly looks like one of those guys that'd sue you if you hit him.
Yeah. My dad owns a yacht.
Yeah, like that kind of guy. Like his last name is Gibbs, so you just know he owns everything.
Right. But no, I agree, at least. If you're going to throw a punch, like, take your helmet off.
I would, but maybe I'm stupid. I don't know.
I agree.
But I don't know. In the heat of the moment, that was probably the last thing he was thinking about. You're not tossing gloves off waiting to go fight, whether, you're pissed off or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm taking my helmet off.
I guess it depends how big he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if AJ was to punch me, I'd want my helmet on.
It's like, Boris, the race of super late models.
6'9"?
If that dude looked at me wrong, I'm leaving my helmet on. I'm tightening it up.
Yeah, that's true.
Run the other direction.
If Bubba Pollard came at me, I'd probably keep the helmet on. He's got some weight to throw around. He could probably throw a pretty good punch.
I would imagine. And he's from Georgia.
Yeah. I also think, though, I want to give my opinion on this. I think all tracks should adopt the same thing that they had at Chili Bowl, where the track promoter or whatever was like, if you have issues, like, park them on the front stretch and fight it out. No crew involved whatsoever. Like, y'all can fight it out. But the moment, if you're in the pits and fight it out, you're gone.
I would be all right with that. That's how it should be.
Let them fight. It's like hockey rules. Let them fight.
And don't use any BS weapons. I've seen that a lot.
Wasn't there a couple of years ago? Several years ago at Anderson. Someone took a jack handle and was smashing the front of someone's car because there's a video of it.
Somebody got hit with a jack handle too.
Really?
At Anderson, yeah.
I know, because in that video you have Eddie Chu sitting in the dude's window so he can't get out of the car.
Oh, that was Stephen Nassy.
Was
and
it?
Josh Brock, yeah. Stephen Nassy climbed out the passenger side.
Oh, man.
It's great.
Good time.
Anderson's always a good time.
Well, Dakota and I went last weekend. Or not last weekend. Was it last weekend?
Yeah.
It was cold. And, like, there was a couple times the wind was blowing so hard. Granted, we sit in turn one always, every time I go there, because a lot of stuff happens in turn one. But we sat up towards the top, which was probably a dumb idea, but the wind was blowing so hard that the bleachers were literally shaking, which those bleachers are about to, like, a little, like 100 pounds away. The wrong person stepping on it from falling apart.
I always sit in turn 3 and 4.
Why? I guess you're normally in the
I don't
pits,
know.
but
That's just where, or the backstretch.
I sat on the backstretch the first couple times I went there.
I just like being in the infield. It's a lot better.
I bet it is. Especially because you used to stand up on the little triangle thing.
Oh, yeah.
And just spin in circles for 400 laps.
It gets dizzy, I'll tell you that. Eventually you get to a point where you just, you quit turning.
Yeah.
You just look this way.
I mean, at
And then
that
you look
point,
this
there's
way?
only a split second where he's behind you, so.
That's always when stuff happens, though. That
The
little,
one
that
time
little
you
bit
turn
you're
your
not
back.
watching.
Yep. No, I told Dakota, and I was like, you're going to judge me for saying this, but I said, if a car caught on fire right now in front of us, it'd probably feel pretty good.
No, I agreed. It
It probably would have been a
cold.
quick burst of warmth.
Yeah. It was pretty good racing, though. I just wish, I understand money and stuff, but there wasn't very many late model. There was a pretty decent amount, but kind of like opening weekend with the super lates, they all just pulled off, and there was not very many left at the end of the race.
It's a lot of wear and tear at Anderson.
Yeah, that's
Gotta-
true.
Well, so Bristol Dirt was last week, and again we took the week off, so we didn't get to talk about it. But Spire had announced that Chase Elliott would be their driver for Bristol Dirt, and I did see some talk that this was because since Kyle Larson joined HMS, that he wanted, Kyle's great on dirt. He wanted to better his dirt racing efforts to kind of compete with Kyle. I think that's a fair bet or a fair thought process, right?
I mean, I think so. I know originally, I believe I read something about because Larson wanted Chase's help with like road course racing, if Larson would help Chase with dirt racing or something along the lines of that. And I know Chase has been running a lot. He ran Bristol Dirt Nationals last year in a late model, I believe. He ran Chili Bowl this year. Actually, I think all the HMS guys are running a lot of dirt.
I believe they are. They're going to have they got the best dirt racer there is on their team, so if they're going to get advice from anybody, that's who I would get it from.
I think a lot of Cup guys in general are racing more dirt now. I think that's nice to see.
Yeah.
Granted, I follow asphalt more than dirt, but, Kyle Busch, I don't like him, but he runs a lot of dirt. William Byron's been doing stuff. I think C.J. Leary out of Greenfield actually does races some for William Byron.
Alex Bowman.
Sorry. Yes, thank you. Let's see. Chase Briscoe, which we'll talk about that later. All these guys are running.
I think it's you have to drive the car, not the track, I guess. Like, the Cup cars the last however many years pretty much just drove themselves.
Yeah.
And they've all talked about how they don't. I mean, it is hard, but like you don't have to put. It's not driver focused, and dirt is 100% driver focused. Like you can't be half-assed and go out there and do good. So you got to fine tune every skill you have, and I think that's why a lot of them are doing it.
Let me ask you this question. It is regarding the Cup Series running Bristol Dirt, and Kyle Larson kind of threw some shade at NASCAR about them keeping the windshields on the car. He wanted them off. And so that obviously means the drivers would have to have visor tear-offs. Do you think that him, primarily being a dirt driver, do you think that gives him an advantage? Because he's used to, it's literally muscle memory for him at this point to reach up. And which I understand they're on straightaways long enough at Bristol that it's not that big of a deal. But, I mean, it's still going to be new to a lot of these guys to have to do that. Do you think that gives any sort of advantage to a dirt driver?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, there are people that haven't raced dirt, probably, dirt's hitting you in the face and all over you. So it probably would be a little bit of an advantage. I don't know if there's anything inside the car that would be affected by dirt because I don't, NASCAR builds stuff different than people do for dirt. So I'm not sure if it would cause a difference there, but I'm sure it'd be a little bit of an advantage. But after a practice session, I would imagine most of them would probably have a very decent grip at doing it.
Well, I know that I talked to my buddy Chance, and I was like, well, what about if they accidentally reach up and grab the wrong one and rip all of them off? He's like, well, really, if they're applied properly, it's almost impossible to do that. The only way to really accidentally rip them all off is if they're not put on properly. But that happens.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about them.
I don't either.
But yeah, that would not be very ideal to rip all of them off at once and then
not have any, and you have to
be sitting there with your hands down, and yeah, you'd be screwed in that point. Then it becomes a very big advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So this didn't really surprise me, but Kyle Larson's event at Volunteer Speedway, Flow Sports announced that it was the most watched event for them, and then Volunteer came out and said that it was their highest attendance in 20 years, which is why I'd really love to see our SRX go to like a track like Anderson or Winchester, because having the drivers that they do come out and race at those tracks would be great for those tracks. So
I would like to see a race. It doesn't have to be SRX or anything, but I'd like to see like a late model race or something have the same turnout as like Little 5. Mm-hmm. And I know you can't really get the same car count as they do at Little 5 because it's way too expensive to run a super late model, especially that many cars on the track. You're going to get tore up. Like, that's just the nature of the beast. But I think it'd be cool to have another event at Anderson or something like that that's like that caliber.
And that's what Redbud used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like ASA days you had. But also at Anderson, back in the ASA days, you didn't have ASA 4 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
You just had Redbud. They showed up. It was a big event. And then you went home.
Right.
Now you have the biggest class there runs 4 times a year, 3 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of takes away from that. And then the Little 5, I think it's a rarity because of that. Like they don't come there very often. It's a major ordeal, and they're faster than super lates. You can fit a whole lot more of them on the track.
Starting cars 3 wide at Anderson blows my mind.
Yeah, you couldn't do that with a super late. You can't even. People in super lates can't even run 3 wide at Anderson. They just
they did it in late models last weekend when we
I saw the picture. I was very surprised because most times people. It's not that they don't have the skill. It's just that
there's not much room on the track.
You get mad. You don't have room. Somebody hits the flat, and then you're done. But
oh yeah, you've talked to me a lot about what is it? It's 3 and 4 at Anderson. That big hump right in the middle of the turn.
Right as you're getting into 3, yeah. If you can set your car up to not hit that. I mean, you hit it super hard, but if you can get over it without upsetting the car too much, that's when you've got her made. But other than that, people try to go around it, and then you're slowing down. But
right.
That's what we talked about when we watched the racing last week. Jarrett was like, I don't think your car can make the transitions on this track because of how low it sits. Well, probably not.
I told him, I was like, if you wanted to bring your car here, like coming out of the pits down onto the track, I'm like, you'd get stuck.
Bottom out.
You just have to go really slow.
Like he would literally have to drive out onto the flat backstretch and then turn around and come back.
Well, that's like, it's all about angles. That's how, late model guys do it. But It'd probably be a little tough situation.
I could probably like go really fast and just jump the bitch.
Yeah, just ramp the shit out of it. That's what the dude in the trailer race. Were you guys there like 3 or 4 years ago?
No,
Nobody was there flagging him onto the track, so he was just like, "Oh, I can make it." And they had the little Diggity's Kid of the Week or whatever in a pace car, and he smoked the pace car going on the track.
No,
Yeah, he just shot it out there and drilled the pace car right in the right rear tire.
no. The only race that I watched at Anderson was the time that guy was. I think you were there, weren't you?
It wasn't it like
We thought he
4th of
died.
July?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing the trailer race, and the dude, they were coming in the cross, and the one guy mistimed it, went to hit the trailer, and it just hit the dude in the passenger side door,
I think it flipped the car over
and it
too.
rolled like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, oh, he's done.
God, trailer races are awesome.
I was hoping that the school bus race would be a little more entertaining than it was. They don't beat and bang on each other, or they didn't.
That's why you got to go to Speedrome. Their school bus races are outstanding.
They just beat up on each other the whole
Oh
time?
yeah, the whole time.
I mean, I was impressed that they were able to race like side by side in the turn like that in a school bus. But I was like, man, I want to see you guys hit each other.
I want to see a bus come to the fence and almost hit into the grandstands.
Well, at Speedrome a few years ago, Matt Smith about did that. I mean, it was up on top of the wall.
I remember watching the video and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, we were standing right there. I was like, "Oh boy, here he
Crazy.
comes!"
No thanks.
Crazy.
It was awesome though.
Oh, I would have loved to see it, but not to be right there when it happened.
Oh, it worries me because we sit right behind like the figure 8 flag stand, and they come directly at you as fast as they can. Because I mean, everybody in the school bus figure 8 has balls the size of 5-gallon buckets, and they just bury it in there. And I'm like, man, if they don't make this turn, they are driving right up the bleachers at me.
Holy shit!
Luckily, it doesn't happen. But man, I think about it every time.
I would too. You can't help it.
It's terrible.
You have a school bus flying
Like
at you.
it sounds bad, but I hope the flag stand slows them down a little bit.
Pushes them off trajectory.
Something.
All right, I'll let you talk about Bristol Dirt.
The cup race.
Yeah,
So, seeing the first practice session that I watched, I think the first impression to me was I was going to like it a lot better than last year. I know that they had the Cup teams add a bunch of different panels to the car specifically for dirt. They had the mud flaps and all that stuff. But something I noticed is that guys in practice were typically it was guys that raced dirt, but they were getting the car a little more sideways and like actually driving it like a dirt car. I know at one point I saw a video, Larson was up by the fence. I think Christopher Bell tried it a couple times, and it looked like it was working out pretty well. And I know that obviously after racing on it for so long, they wanted to be on the bottom, but after racing on it for so long, it turned into kind of like a one-lane racetrack. So if you got stuck on the bottom in a late race restart, you're a sitting duck. But let's see. Kyle Busch ended up winning that race, unfortunately.
Backed into it.
Yeah.
It's fine when he does it. Who was it? Briscoe and
Reddick.
That was an amazing finish.
That was
Yeah.
really good. I think a lot of people... Go ahead.
I wouldn't even be mad about that. Like,
No.
I could see being mad if you're Tyler Reddick because you have it almost in the bag, and
But it's dirt.
he tries a desperation move, and that's what it was. But
You can't not try it.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah, it's dirt. I'm going to try
Like,
it.
if you're that close, that's what dirt racing is. You're gonna try.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'd even try it if it was asphalt. But if you're that close to winning, why not try?
Absolutely.
And
I agree with
especially, Chase Briscoe, he was the car to beat.
Oh, all night.
And then, I would have done it too.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people were giving him a hard time for it because he had tried it sometime earlier in the race and it didn't work then too. But like at this point, you're literally going for the win. I don't care. And I think the situation was handled in the pits very well. Both very classy, not, I
Yelling
think
on each other.
Chase came over and apologized. He's like, I'm sorry, whatever. Reddick finished second.
And
Logano.
he also said that he understood if Tyler Reddick punched him in the face.
He did.
And he took his helmet off, knowing that he might get punched in the face.
Didn't he say that walking over there?
Yeah.
He's like, if I get punched, I get punched
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, that's true.
But he went over there and he was gonna. I mean, I'm sure he would have fought back, but he was
Right.
gonna take it like a champ. So
Right. I mean, at least he understood. He's like, if this happens, I'm expecting it. Reddick finished second, Logano third, Larson fourth, and Blaney fifth. I don't know. They did have some struggles getting it in because it did start to rain. So I know they had to stop it once or twice. I know that much.
Yeah.
But they did end up getting it in. I went to bed before it was finished. But I did wake up and see everything the next day.
I will say the track looked a lot nicer this year than it did last
It was
year.
much better than it was last year. And I don't think as many people had issues overheating this year. Excuse me. I know there were a couple, obviously, but and we talked about in the truck race, Matt DiBenedetto and Austin Wayne Self got stuck together.
yeah, literally stuck together.
I saw the video and I was like, what's going on? I was like, is Matt mad at him? Like, is he just pushing him?
I thought they were both just being dicks, and then they stopped and literally had to.
That's what I thought too. Because Dad and I were watching it. And I was like, he's gonna wreck him. And then he was like, yeah, that's what it looks like. And I was like, they're not slowing down. I was like, he's going to wreck him. And then they stopped. I was like, oh. I was like, I'm a dumbass, but I've never seen that.
Tandem racing.
I did hear though that Austin Wayne Self got penalized for coming into the pits to get hood pins.
Really?
Yeah, but because the track official took the hood pins out of his truck and put them in his lap in the truck. And he didn't want to, drive off with no hood pins, so he pulled into the pits and they penalized him for it. That seems kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
NASCAR's being kind of weird with all their rules this year, I will say. I don't want to say weird, but that's weird.
yeah,
That right there.
I feel like there should be some kind of special exceptions for.
Well, just like this isn't NASCAR caliber. Was it last year that we were watching Bristol Dirt? The dude pulled into Victory Lane and he won the race, and then pulling into Victory Lane took his gloves off, and they disqualified him because he didn't have gloves on. He was like, I took them off after the race.
That's that. I don't know. That's power. That seems like a power trip to me.
Yes.
But
Yeah. And the poor guy couldn't even scream, "This is Bristol, baby."
That's so cringy to me that they make
I
people
hated
say
it.
that at Bristol Dirt Nationals.
It was odd.
it was a one-time heat of the moment deal, and now it's like, oh, you have to say it. You won, so say it.
They're like, can you say it's Bristol, baby? And they're like, it's Bristol, baby. I'm like, oh my gosh.
They did it at the short track nationals too.
I miss
It's-
short
it's
track
terrible.
nationals.
I'm glad we got, like you said, last time we've met up, you were like, I'm glad you got to go. I did too. I am too, because I thought it was fun, and I really wish they'd bring it back or try to schedule both asphalt and dirt.
Do short track nationals right before they put dirt on
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I don't see why they couldn't.
I don't either.
Scheduling conflicts, obviously, but you think they'd be able to work something out like that.
But I guess you might know more about this than I do. A lot of guys didn't like Bristol or short track nationals, or am I wrong?
It was just a lot of wear and tear, and when you wreck, you wreck.
Kinda like
it was
Winchester.
worse. It was worse than Winchester. It's so smooth, and
Well,
I
know-
will say it's clean though. I
Yeah.
loved cleaning cars after Bristol because it was so clean.
Yeah.
But it just went, and it's so big and so fast that a lot of, like the first year, they didn't have spotters for all the classes, and it about killed the people in the modified division. And I think they modified it a little bit to where you could have a spotter, and then people
didn't have
people
to.
you didn't have to, and that if you're going at Bristol, you need to have a spotter.
Well, I was
That
going to
blows
bring
my
that up.
mind that was the case.
I was going to bring that up because the last year that we went, there was a dude. He had spun out.
It was Daniel Dye.
Yeah, he had spun out coming out of one of the turns. I don't know if it was 2 or 4.
I think it was 4.
And whoever it was that was coming through the turn, obviously at Bristol, it's so banked that you can't see anything. Like, you look up and you're still just looking at track because it's so banked. So you can't see anything until you're right there. But he didn't have a spotter, so he didn't know, and he hit him because he was sitting on the track, and he spun out, and he didn't know he was there. So I see where that's an issue.
See, that's what happened to the modifieds, man. They just kept piling in there. You have a receiver and that's it, but no spotter, and I think that's a little dangerous.
Absolutely.
That and some people, if you're a racer, I don't think it should matter to you, but they were running faster than the Cup cars.
Yeah.
Like that's fast for.
They were flying.
And now the big issue last year was tires,
It's still an issue,
And-
but there was
because they do special Bristol tires,
Yeah.
and it was a major issue last year. So.
I think Nasty said some of the tires they got were still wet.
Yeah, they just came apart.
Yeah, and there was someone had a tire come off and it was going bouncing through the infield, and this dude tried to stop it with his leg, like stuck his leg out.
That was
I
genius.
was like, "You are an idiot!" And then it smacked someone's hauler, put a nasty dent in it.
Yeah, that blew my mind too. I was like, who? Like, what the hell are you thinking? He must have been drunk. To be like, I'm going to
That's a
stop
very
this
good
heavy tire.
possibility.
Good Lord.
Anyway, do you have anything else to add on short track nationals? Okay.
I wish they were still there, but
I do too. The only thing I have to complain about Bristol is that they need to keep fast food restaurants open past 8:30 p.m. because when you
Yeah.
leave the track at night and there's nowhere to get food, like I'm hungry because I don't want to pay $20 for a small fry at Bristol.
I think the Hooters closes early too.
Everything.
Bristol. I know.
I think we had to drive 15 minutes out to get to that McDonald's that was closed. Yeah, and then you were like, "Oh, they probably closed everything." I was like, "Well, why the hell would they do that?" You think you got like hundreds of people leaving this track who are probably hungry, and I was like,
Yeah, you think you'd capitalize on that, but
you would think.
that was the coolest waitress I've ever had, though. The Hooters in Bristol. She gave me a Chase Elliott Mountain Dew pitcher as a to-go cup,
There you go.
No shit.
full of Sprite. Oh yeah, it was awesome. She
Damn.
custom made a straw.
Really?
It didn't work worth a shit, but it was cool.
A for effort. It's the thought that counts.
See, she took the time to put them together. It just
Didn't
too much air.
Back to the NASCAR Cup race at Bristol. Fox received 4 million viewers for Sunday's race.
Yeah, most watched race of the. I think they said it was the most watched NASCAR event of any event at Bristol since 2016, the spring race. So obviously, you know, it was good racing. I know a lot of people when they first did it was like, this ain't gonna last long. I'm pretty sure Kyle Larson even said like they should basically do away with it next year. People are watching it
And they're going back.
and they're going back to it next year.
I just hate that they made it the night race.
Yeah.
Yeah, the asphalt night race was
Yeah, that's
my favorite race of the year.
We tried to go for 2 years and it didn't work. And you know, when we were racing, we always raced that night.
Right.
And then we've tried to go the last 2 years, and now it's dirt. So I might just say screw it and go, but I don't know.
I don't know. I want to go to a cup. I've never actually been to a cup race. So I wanted it to be Bristol. Like, I'll go to the day race, but I would much rather it be an asphalt night race. I'll go to the dirt race, I guess.
I'm going to Martinsville.
I'd go to Martinsville, too.
I've been told the Martinsville hot dogs are the shit.
Isn't Martinsville the track that has the hot dog stand that they
Yeah.
talk about all the
That's
time?
the Martinsville hot dogs. I've heard they're the shit, and they
I'd
sound
go.
really freaking good, and I want one.
I'd go buy me like
Or 10.
yeah, like 5 at a time. For sure.
Yeah, I'd have to. But that's my plan. I'm going to Martinsville sometime.
I think it'd be fun.
I do too.
I'd rather go to a short track. I've been to the Brickyard a lot, and you get to see them for like 5 seconds at a time.
I've never been to the Brickyard, but
And
I've
then
been to the,
you wait 2 minutes and you see him for 10 seconds, and then
Yep.
you wait 2 minutes and you see him for 10 seconds. And
That's
then,
why I feel the same way about the Indy 500. Like I get the atmosphere is cool, like all the stuff leading up to the race, but like the race, I'd much rather just stay at home and watch it on TV. You see,
especially
more.
now, you can actually watch it live on TV,
Mm-hmm.
or you could last year. I don't know if they're still going to do that, but
They probably won't this year.
I know due to COVID they
Remove
ran
the
it on
blackout.
TV, and it's pretty awesome
I
watching
wish-
it on TV. You
I
can
don't
see
understand-
everything.
I don't understand why they don't. I mean, I do, but I don't.
To try to get people to the racetrack, but it costs too damn much to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. North Wilkesboro announces that they are going to host races at the grassroots level.
That's just short track racing.
It is. I'm excited. I don't know about you all, but I would love to go to that track too and watch a race.
I want to go to Slinger Nationals as well.
Yeah.
That would be a good one to watch. I wish they'd put super lates at North Wilkesboro.
It'd be nice.
because they
do
put
on iRacing, and it's fun.
they put the late model stocks, and I'm not as intrigued by them as I am super late models, but
Same. I agree with you. I
But-
think super late models should run everywhere, but that's just me.
I'm hoping I think they're trying to do like a national series.
Like taking because who was it? They bought CRA and the like they all
seems
they
like
own
they're
all the Southern Super Series, and all
Working
that
towards
stuff.
being a national series or creating a national series, and I think that would be really awesome. So,
I agree.
and Ricky Brooks is doing tech, so add that to the list of things that'd be pretty awesome.
Ricky Brooks is the
Snowball Derby.
okay
Yep.
that everybody's like he takes too
Yep.
long.
He takes too long, but if your shit ain't right, your shit ain't going through.
That's what we talked about after Snowball 2. It's like everyone's bitching, but it's like I'd rather know that I was beat fairly than get cheated out of a big race like that. So I mean, it makes
And
sense to
if
me.
you ask anybody that won a Snowball Derby and got tore apart and won the Snowball Derby, they don't give a shit.
right?
Like you
They
just
just
won the
won the
Snowball
Snowball
Derby. Who
Derby,
cares? You run the Rattler. We were there till like 4:00 in the morning and then had to come back at 8. But you didn't care because
Right?
You want
yeah, like you're there. It was a lot of fun, but
Gosh, it'd be nice to race a late model.
boy, he is picky as shit though.
I bet.
You don't get away with anything. I'll tell you that.
but that's good though.
I like it.
I do too. I wish we had something like that. I mean, it's Mount Lawn, but I wish we had something like that at Mount Lawn.
It'd be nice.
It might be nice.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Didn't you apply to be a tech man?
No, I didn't. I thought about it. I really did think about it, but I don't know. I get mad at people too easy, and I don't.
You fit right in with everybody else.
I know, but I can't. I can't sit there and root for one person and hate on another person. And
Why they do it now?
They'll drive your car off the track too if they like you, know.
that's terrible. No bias. Just
No.
Don't worry, you're about to get arrested, but I will make sure your car gets to your hauler.
yeah. Don't worry. I'll get it there.
I'll save you from the tow bill. So I'm going to ask you a personal question. Have you ever thought about getting into racing yourself?
He has.
I meant like more time, like more than a couple races. Like get your own car and do your own thing.
Yeah,
or-
I was going to this year, and I wasn't. I messed around too long and didn't.
I was just
But
curious.
Hopefully,
What are you wanting?
I have no idea. I don't know. Whatever just jumps out at me, I guess. But we'll get something together soon.
Go race pro compacts.
Oh yeah, I don't know. The stock compacts are fun, man.
Dakota loves it.
Some days.
I had fun. I mean, I don't give a shit if I'm first or 31st. I just
The only thing I think Dakota has an issue with is that when people run over him and try to blame him for it because you try to go 3 wide on a restart.
hey, look, okay. I learned the hard way. If you don't give it back, you're just gonna keep getting it, and you just sometimes got to send it down in there.
I shit you not. He jumped my front end because like at Mount Lawn you have to go to the outside.
I think I might have been there that night.
Yeah, and so after the race I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, dude, like I'm sorry." Like I told him what I was doing and everything, and he's like, "It's fucking junk,"
And was out there again like the next weekend.
and like beat everybody. And then he ended up getting that other wreck where
And
that
that
guy.
old lady had a meltdown, dude. So the way it happened, I don't know exactly what happened, but this dude was involved in the wreck and ended up driving the car back to the pits. Like it was fine. He just kind of like backed into the wall, but the other car hit the wall so hard that the windshield kind of like caved. And so this chick who we were standing in the pit area, but you know at Mount Lawn how they have that like
Yeah.
fence. She was in the like actual fan section, and she just started having this like a meltdown. It was like screaming. She was like, "No!" like crying, and like I was like waiting for her to fall to her knees.
Oh, man.
You know? And I thought it was for this dude that just hit the wall head on and caved the windshield. Like they had to cut him out of the car.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure his roll cage was pretty
Yeah.
messed up
Damn.
too. So they had to like
He
cut
hit
him out.
hard.
Yeah,
Wow.
And so we thought it was about him. Turns out it was about the dude that's driving his car back to the pits.
I was like, "Shut up, bitch."
You gotta be concerned, man. Yeah, but I'm telling
I
you,
get
I
it.
got told, they're gonna keep doing it until you give it back. And once you send a car into them and You just don't care. They tend to quit.
I think this might be the year I just don't give a shit anymore, and I go out there and I'm an asshole.
I mean, if you're planning to rebuild the entire car in the off season, why not?
I had the same issue though. Dude just kept hitting me, and I got told if you don't hit him back, he's just gonna keep doing it. So he did it, and I never lifted and jumped a marker tire, parked it in his driver door.
Well, I mean,
and he did not hit me ever again.
I thought that the respect would be mutual, and it was like we'll keep our stuff clean, but we'll race hard. And I'm just like, it's sometimes
Negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah, gullible. I have a lot
I,
of stories about being gullible, though.
See, my problem is like especially with this being my first year, if I want to get back at somebody, I'm gonna have to wait till they get back around the track to pass me, because I ain't gonna.
No, you gotta play it smart. Just cut across the infield.
Oh.
Don't hit the light poles.
But here's the problem:
Or do it under caution.
I don't fund the entire track, so I can't get away with something like that.
That's neither here nor there. Just don't plan on ever coming back.
That's true.
I'm sure we can scrounge up enough funding to get a billboard or something.
A 3Y with DJG Motorsports billboard.
Yeah,
I rock with
Might
it.
as well. How much is a billboard?
too damn much.
Yeah.
Not in my budget.
Maybe we can steal the flag stand from him next year.
I would love to do that, or just like sneak into the track during the night, just get our logo, slap it on there.
It's always open.
Yeah,
Every time I pass it, I'm like, man, I'm going to take this Jeep out there and bust off a lap.
Literally.
But then I have a girlfriend and a kid in the car, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get yelled at for this.
You know what I'm never going to forget till the day that I die?
Oh, my God, what?
Going out to the dirt track at your dad's.
Hey,
Middle fingers out. That was the greatest thing ever.
yeah, if you ever want some practice on a really, really small dirt track,
no, he told me about it, and I was like, I would love to take the little Focus out there and just run laps, and
dude,
then
it's awesome.
maybe like jump it somewhere. I really want to jump it. I don't know why. I just like I saw a video and I was like, I want to do that, and Mom's like, I don't fucking think so, and I was like, no, it's my car. I do whatever I want. I want to jump it.
Let's jump
We're
it.
going to jump it through a ring of fire.
I'm down.
Let's jump it.
I'll cut the cage out so you guys can get in and try it too, but that thing's tiny.
I don't trust it with the cage in it. Why do you think I'm going to trust it with the cage out of it?
Fair enough.
At least you got less heavy metal leaning on you, I guess.
That's true.
Fair
but
enough. That's funny.
What we got next?
Chase Briscoe announces that he will be competing in some dirt races this year.
So I believe it's not just sprint cars, right? Nope. It's late models.
Winged, non-winged, late models, micros.
Good deal.
You're going to give it all a whirl.
I like that. What?
Mahindra's coming in hot with that sponsorship,
So
which is awesome for Chase Briscoe. He, came from
absolutely.
nothing and
Indiana boy.
slept on a couch and worked in an ARCA shop and finally got a chance, and now here he is, kicking ass and
Taking names.
wrecking race cars. Hey, it is what it is.
What's your favorite? I know you don't watch a lot of dirt, but if you had to choose, what's your favorite car? Dirt car.
Probably midget sprints.
I like watching midgets. Chili Bowl is so much fun to watch. But watching like World Outlaw late models, like the first time I saw them at Circle City, the first time they were there, loved it. And I think I like late models because they bump and bang. I know sprint cars do it too, but sometimes they go flying when they do that.
Yeah, that's not an ideal situation for
Brady
sprint cars.
Bacon comes to mind when I think about that. Brady Bacon
Send it.
Has flown a lot the last year and a half.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Sprint cars are definitely growing on me. My buddy Chance from college, he's a big sprint car guy. They actually sponsor a sprint car now. Don't know. He didn't know that either. He texted me the other night and was like, so Kent Schmidt is racing the Cruise Farms 5K. And I was like, really now? He said, yep, didn't know we sponsored a sprint car, but here we are.
I got 3 cars that come to mind if you want to help a buddy out.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So I guess the next topic, Hunter Wright gets his first win at Nashville in the pro late models. Wanted to shout him out for that. That's pretty cool. And then...
That's a pristine division.
Is it?
Yeah, pro late models at Nashville is a very big deal. I mean, they give a shit more about pro late models than they do super lates, honestly.
Well, that's what Cole Williams is a pro late, right?
Yep. And they show up. They stack that field deep for pro lates too. I mean,
I know they usually have a pretty solid field when they race at Nashville.
it's a big deal down there.
It's interesting.
I want to go to Nashville. I still haven't been.
It's so
awesome. Fun. God, it's. I'm glad that the county told all the people living around it
I hope your
to
dog shits in the floor.
get fucked
fucked.
pretty much, because that is an awesome place.
Yeah,
I mean,
I need to go.
it's impressive.
Company trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm being dead ass. Like because you were supposed to
I was
go,
supposed to go, and I
then
didn't.
shit happened, and I was like, the atmosphere is great, the track is great. I had a blast. I really recommend anybody to go.
And then you had a blast, literally.
A couple months later, after we left, yeah. Are you talking about?
Wow. Jeez Louise.
Sorry, what are you talking
Oh my. Man.
about? I'm sorry, what were you talking about?
The explosion.
God.
I thought that's what we were talking about, but I wasn't sure.
It's yes.
It's terrible, man.
Oh my
No
god.
kidding. You better do some praying.
Good thing I'm going to church on Sunday.
You need it.
I will see you at the altar.
I'm going to repent.
Oh, well, I thought that's what you're talking about. I was like, maybe he's talking about something else, and I just took it the wrong way.
The power of Bush Light compels you.
Oh shit. Yeah.
That's fucking terrible.
So sorry.
My bad.
I did the same thing. No, I was cussing and mad that they were doing construction, and the lady was like, "That's where the bomb went off." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize for
T's and P's.
being rude."
Yeah, it was not a good day. And then Kyle Frame finished second on Anderson.
New car looks fabulous.
It's
Love
fast.
It looked
It's
good.
fast.
I thought he was going to win the race, not going to lie.
I did too. And then it got to a couple laps left in the race. I was like, we really need a caution. And it didn't come, but
I mean, he ran really well. I think he overdrove turn one once that I noticed. But other than that, car looked great. I don't think he had too much of a handful with it. Looked like it drove pretty well. It was fast. New. I mean, it's a brand new car.
I liked watching his Twitter updates.
You watch the whole process?
Yeah,
I did too. I did too.
it was killing me waiting on it though. Like some of it, he is just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm
Right.
like, dude, if you don't post an update, I'm done.
I shit you not. So he posted the picture of the car on the trailer where it was just the body. I screenshotted it. I sent it to Jarrett, mom and dad, and I was like, I'm doing this next year. And I was like, I've even talked about like not racing this year and just tearing it down and doing the same thing he did basically and just building up a pro stock. But I can't afford it. I don't get paid shit. Must be nice.
It's expensive.
It is. Yeah,
One day
maybe.
when the podcast takes off,
Hit the lottery.
the lottery would be nice.
I could go for 100 million.
Nah, that's not enough.
Oh, that'd be more than enough for me. That'd be cool.
How many late models could that get us?
2.
100. What kind of late models are you buying? Is this like something Dale Earnhardt Sr. ran back in the day or what?
Yeah, got angel wings on it,
Oh,
bro.
God.
Race Hale, praise Dale.
Absolutely.
No, I was just
great.
exaggerating a
A
little
little bit. Yeah. I was going to say, man. I know they go for like over 100, but damn.
That's great.
I don't know. You could buy enough where you could wreck a couple and not give a shit.
Fair.
Still, preferably, don't wreck a couple. But if
Oh,
you
no.
do,
I would have to wreck a couple.
I mean,
I would wreck one just. This is bad. I would wreck one.
he's
Maybe
the
at
crash
like
test
Winchester
dummy.
just to see what it's like. I mean,
I'm not wrecking a Winchester. I'm out on that one.
I just want to see what it's like, or like flip it. Like
Nope.
JP.
I watched. Who was it? Oh,
JP.
JP flipped last year.
I don't want any part of flipping or wrecking at Winchester at all.
I mean, I'm sure it's horrible. I mean, I know it
Granted-
is, but I just want to see what it's like.
I will say though, JP's flip was rather graceful compared to what it could have been.
Well, when
Wow.
it first happened, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I didn't even realize he was upside down until he was at the bottom of the track.
Yeah, not good. I've just knock on wood. I've just never been in a bad wreck, and I don't know. It's horrible, but I just want to see what it's like. Maybe I could get some
I don't.
sympathy points.
I just know that my first race of the year at Winchester, I'm going straight into the creek.
Winchester,
Or yeah,
the infield
Winchester.
creek.
Say,
Mount
what
Lawn.
creek at Winchester are you going to hit?
Mount Lawn.
That's going to
sorry.
be a long jump.
Send it over the wall.
Dukes of Hazzard, baby.
Absolutely. Knock the wall down.
I
Straight
did
into the
see.
campground.
This is a hypothetical, but I did see somebody because I don't want to talk about the camping situation, but somebody was like, "You should just adopt the Salem Crown Vic rules and let them run out at Winchester."
I think that track's too big for Crown Vics. We would all blow up.
Yeah, it'd be cool though.
Probably.
We'd be.
Hey, I
like-
ran a Dodge pickup truck around Winchester. Not very fast, but I ran it.
We'd get off turn 4, and all you hear is wop, 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 wop. Hit the chip, baby.
Send it.
Might get one lap in.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're not getting any laps in.
What do you mean?
It's not going to start.
You should push me. I won't pop the invisible clutch.
Yeah. Just drop it down and drive real quick. I don't think it works like that.
No.
Do you think the Crown Vic could keep up with like the Pro Compact's pace laps?
Dude,
That's fast.
Pro Compact pace laps at Anderson. I was like, this is like race pace.
They
dude.
do it at Mount Lawn too,
They're
or not Mount Lawn,
fast.
Winchester. Sorry, Winchester. They like race speed.
Yeah, it's crazy fast.
They don't play around. They want that shit started and ended pretty quick. They don't play around.
No.
I like that, though. Let's get these races through.
I know.
That's what I like about dirt. It's like they get their shit cleaned up a lot faster than asphalt does.
The only thing I don't like about dirt is when they have to farm the track. That takes some time. Especially at like Eldora when the track's so big.
Yeah.
Right.
Eldora's got their shit together, though. They do it fairly quick.
I do want to say, though, like in short track nationals and stuff at Bristol, when wrecks did happen, they were cleaned up much quicker than at any other track that I go to. Much quicker.
I think it's if you go to a Southern Super Series race, they handle that quicker.
I've only been to CRA stuff, so that's my problem.
Spread your horizons.
Let's go to Pensacola.
I want to
Should.
go to.
You really should.
I want to go so
That
bad.
is the place to go.
I don't even have to go down there for snowball. Like I just want to go.
I'm not going for a blizzard race. I'm not dying. Like I'm fat, I sweat, and it's hot.
I know, but
It is ridiculously hot.
But you're not far from the beach, are you? If you go down there for like a week and you just happen to be there on a race weekend, why not go?
Not too bad. I'd go. I mean, I'm over exaggerating. I would definitely go, but I'm gonna sit there and sweat my ass off.
I do that here in the summer. Like
Sitting on the couch watching TV, just
I do in this house because his mom
It's hot,
keeps it 95
yeah.
degrees in the
there
house.
ain't no way.
She's always cold.
No,
I sweat.
she's gonna have to wear overalls or something.
Dude, I sit here and sweat. I'm like, I have to go outside to cool down.
That's what. Yeah, like the times that you stayed last year, and we both fall asleep on the couch watching a race. We wake up and it's just like hot and sweaty, and there's 10 laps left, and I'm always like, "What the fuck did I miss?"
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
What we got next? Ooh, tire situation.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate this.
This didn't surprise me, but hurt my heart a little bit. So
Not me. We race series that don't require race tires.
That's true.
Don't bother me none.
DOT baby. American Racer Tires announced that production of their dirt modified, dirt sprint, and dirt late model tires have been suspended, waiting for supplies. Production of their 15-inch modified late model and street stock asphalt tires will be suspended for approximately 2 weeks. And then they said that asphalt sprint and related tires are going to be closely monitored due to the supply chain issues.
Let me find this text that Chance sent me.
All right, you find it.
So he was talking about, he said, Outlaws run tonight and tomorrow night at Tri-State, I believe. He said 40 cars running both nights, and Hoosier only has 60 right rears to bring to the track.
That's terrible.
He said they can't get nylon, so they have no idea when they will have more. So, like, that's the situation.
I feel like they're not going to be racing a lot unless you're running old tires.
And did you hear anything about the tire situation with USAC? We talked about it, how...
You talking about the testing?
yeah.
I saw a little bit on Twitter that, what was it, Keith Kuhn said he's not running USAC sprint cars anymore.
Yep.
That's a
That's a...
terrible hit for. Thank God it's not midgets because
They bring 8 to every race they go
that
to.
would be
That'd be massive.
the whole field for USAC.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a
That's
a big hit.
It's weird to me that the one test play, like, they were coming back as failures, but the other 2 that they sent them to, they're like, nothing's wrong with these. Like, we can't find anything wrong with these. So, I don't know. Just weird to me. Tire
It's
situation.
an inside job.
Tire
what I
situation's
think.
wonky right now. I agree. Someone isn't happy, and they're trying to do something about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope they get it figured out because that's
It's going to suck seeing races canceled all year because people can't get tires.
Yeah.
they did it last year too.
I
Had
mean-
to cancel races for tires, and then
Even like you see it at our little tracks like Mount Lawn. Like pro compact drivers are having issues getting tires.
Yeah, they're having that issue right now, actually. Mm-hmm. Where Neil, I don't remember his first name.
Jackie.
Yeah, I believe so. Typically sells them. He's like, I can't get any. So good luck finding some. I'm like, damn. It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
That's why you run a stock class, losers.
Oh shit.
You just
Some,
rip the
pe-
dash
some
out
people,
and
some
put a
people
cage
want to
in it,
spend
yeah.
more money and have more fun.
What's
So-
more
so they
fun
think.
than a Crown Vic? Nothing.
I want to race one. I asked Dad if I could race in a race in his car, and he's like, no.
Don't ask.
Just do.
Just do it.
I want to run mine at Circle City on the dirt.
Do it. Drive it out there.
I think we should do that. Like one time this year, just take yours out there. I don't think Dad would do it, but
Why? I think we should take all like one time.
I wanna take
we
the- I wanna take
we
the Honda out
3
there.
different times. You're gonna have to put some ride height on yours because you're gonna hit a rut in the track. And
Don't worry about it.
You're gonna go barrel rolling.
okay. Didn't I just say I want to experience that? I want to see what it's like. No, I mean, I'm sure we could get that figured out, but I would
Honestly,
love to
you
go
might
out
be
there.
okay.
Yeah, I would love to go out there.
But I think if we go 3 separate times, one time we take your car, one time we take your dad's car, one time we take mine. I think it'd be a blast.
Oh, for sure.
And then when you don't like it,
I'll let you do
I'll
it.
do it.
There we go.
It's your car, not mine.
That's fine.
Hey,
As long as you help me fix it when you break it.
I'll take care of it.
I'm sure we could add another driver to the team.
Yeah.
I don't have the money for that.
We don't either.
Nope. the only thing AJ has on us is he has a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does cost a little more money.
It's all right.
I'm cool with
She
it.
gets to watch her dad kick gum and chew ass, and he's all out of ass.
Yeah.
What we got this weekend? Talladega?
Talladega.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Scared the shit out of me.
I
Don't need to yell at me.
I'm kidding. I'll scoot
I like
over a little
yelling.
bit and experience this.
So last night I was at Shalina's. This has nothing to do with racing related, but at first I thought, I was like, maybe it's like the Goodyear blimp flying to the track or whatever. Like I had no idea. So we're sitting outside, and I look up and I see this massive string of lights. Like it looks like Christmas lights, basically. You know, like white Christmas lights flying in the sky. But it was a bunch of them. It was super long, and it was there for like 2 minutes and then just disappeared. UFO.
Aliens, for sure. 100%.
Doesn't she live in Newcastle?
Yeah.
So what track is the Goodyear blimp flying to?
Dega.
Yeah. It
Well,
what fucking flight path is it taking?
I don't know. That's
The
why.
math doesn't work.
I'm pretty sure the blimp is located in Ohio. I do believe.
Really?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think, I'm not gonna say 100%, but
So it was flying
It's going on a tour.
over to Indiana to fly south.
detour. Yeah, there must have been construction.
Clean up.
Yeah,
They were avoiding storm.
there was a wreck.
But I really thought at first it was a blimp, Goodyear blimp. I don't know. I just kind of pulled that out of my butt.
Well,
but,
most people put the two together.
But anyway, like it was weird. I just wanted to bring that up.
You saw an alien, man.
I saw an alien.
Where do you think they're going?
Back home.
My mom's house. That's actually my house too. So
Maybe they were going to Talladega.
I don't know.
You know what? Maybe they were. They heard that the NASCAR this year is a little better, so they came back.
Yeah.
That's a good possibility.
I don't know, but
The Goodyear blimp.
it was weird. I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy because I know what I saw. I wasn't the only one that witnessed it either.
Ooh,
Shalina,
we'll have to have her call in.
She's not here to verify.
I will text her right now.
The Goodyear blimp. I'm going with that. I'm like, he said he saw UFOs. I think it was the Goodyear
It
blimp.
honestly, like the lights made me think of like what Santa's sleigh would look like.
Oh, we went from Goodyear blimp to aliens to Santa Claus.
Same thing.
Is it?
Fucking Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm trying to think of what else it could be.
Aliens.
Jesus is making a comeback.
Birds aren't real.
No, they're government drones.
Anyway, Dega. Trucks.
Are not racing.
No. They are.
Damn it.
Their next race is Darlington.
Yep. May 6th?
Yep.
That sucks. I really I enjoy watching trucks at Daytona and Talladega.
I wish they'd run trucks every week.
I wish the truck races were a little bit longer. I feel like they go by way too fast.
I
Some of
wish
them.
they would. At Talladega, they should run. Drive up to Montgomery and run Montgomery.
Me?
No, the
Oh.
trucks.
I was like, what are you talking
Short
about?
tracks.
Gotcha.
Find a short track near the NASCAR track.
I'm
run
super
it.
excited for trucks to come back to Lucas Oil, though. I will say that. Are you going?
Oh yeah, duh.
We'll be there.
I'm not gonna miss that.
I'm excited. I forgot about that.
I did too.
And we still got to get tickets for Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, I already bought mine. I'm sorry.
I can find mine at the. They have
What
the
is
Super
Saturday?
Series stuff. They have
CRA, Pro
Stocks.
Compacts. Yeah.
I don't know what else, but
Where at?
Lucas?
Oil. The day before
No, day after.
or the day after the truck race.
Oh, I thought you meant this Saturday.
No,
Oh, sorry.
I think they're racing at Anderson Saturday, but I don't know what it is.
I'm going somewhere. It don't matter where. I don't care. I'll drive.
I'm going golfing. I think
Oh, that's gay. Just kidding.
Well, why don't we do both? golf?
because I have plans with Shalina and her girls.
Right.
Do they not know how to sit
Do
at
they
a
not?
racetrack?
Yeah.
They do, but we had other plans beforehand, so I can't.
That's dramatic.
That's why I like being single. I don't have to. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. That's going to be bad. I wasn't meaning it like bad, but like I don't have to worry about. Oh, I have plans. I just do whatever I want.
Fair.
I try.
Yeah.
It works.
The old ball and
0%
chain
of the
keeps
time.
you locked down.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, who you got for Xfinity at Dega?
Good question. I haven't put a lot of thought into this.
Ty Gibbs.
I think that's a fair pick every week.
Sam Mayer.
Same here.
He'll wreck him.
They're
I
going
don't
to
know.
battle it out. They're going to wreck crossing the start-finish line.
They could. You never know.
Who else?
I'm going Noah
Shit.
Grayson.
I want Noah Gragson to win. He started off super hot this year.
Mm-hmm.
Super
Yeah.
hot fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go with
I'll
Noah
just-
Gragson. Yeah, I'll go with that.
I want Josh Berry to get a win.
Yeah, I was gonna say Josh Berry. I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Berry win.
Um,
Trying to think of more people in Xfinity.
COVID brain.
Oh, you have COVID?
I did.
Oh.
I didn't know it either. Jared's like, yeah, I have this, and this. Like, oh shit, I should probably get tested. Sure enough, got COVID. Yeah, I don't know. I think Noah, anyone from Junior Motorsports, I would go with.
Noah's racing Cup too.
Yep. Sponsored by Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Get you a
Have you seen his
$5
helmet?
biggie bag. Yeah.
It's got
Looks like Little
big
Wendy.
tubes. Little Wendy.
Little Wendy.
Little Wendy in here.
It's great.
Ah, yes.
I love me some
Little.
Little Wendy.
Little Wendy.
I'm gonna go get a biggie bag after we're done.
They're only $5.
$5 biggie bag. All right, who's winning the Cup race?
It's not big enough.
Chase Elliott.
Bubba Wallace. Punch me if you want.
I'm not gonna punch you. I don't care.
He always runs well at super speedways.
Always.
Ross Chastain
I like that pick too.
or Kurt Busch. You never know. Daniel Suarez. I don't know.
I would like to see Daniel get a win.
Cody Ware.
Wrecking Chase Elliott to do it. That's what I think should happen. That
Yeah.
would be.
I'm not even going to say Larson. Larson gets wrecked at every super speedway he goes to.
He has not had a great start to this year so far.
Nope. Well, you say that. He literally had a top 5 last weekend, but
Yeah, but
He's not
compare
dominating
it to
like he was last year.
I think the cars have evened themselves out.
Well, I mean,
a
even
lot.
like Denny Hamlin's having a lot of issues this year. Kyle Busch is having a lot of issues this year.
I think the new car has evened the field out a lot. You're seeing a lot of people up front that
I
you don't
told
normally
Dakota,
see.
I told Dakota before Ross got his win. Wait, was it Ross? Yeah, he won a race. I said if Ross wins a race, he's going to be a big threat come playoff time because he's had a lot of very solid finishes.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I like it. I mean, Daniel Suarez has been running pretty
I was
well.
gonna say it's nice to see, like, you were talking about Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson and big name drivers. I mean, Chase Elliott's still struggling, hasn't gotten his first one yet, but
Kevin Harvick's not doing too hot.
you're seeing Daniel and Ross and
Chase Briscoe battling for the lead.
I like to see that.
I do too. It's nice. It's not the same.
And then there's people that should be running up front that aren't.
This is why I don't ever bet on NASCAR. I do a lot of sports betting, but someone was like, "You bet on NASCAR?" I'm like, "Nope, won't do it." Too many possibilities.
Too many variables. There's 40 cars.
40 cars. So
I like to choose between one.
It's
like
like
one or two.
one team versus the other,
Yeah.
or not one car versus 40 others.
Yeah.
And then it's also like you have super long races, so at any moment, gone.
Poof. Yep. All it takes is a
Flat tire.
one little mistake and you're out.
One little mistake. I agree with you.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't bet on NASCAR either.
I won't do it.
I did pretty good during college basketball,
I did too.
and then I lost every bit of it. So that's all
I
right.
put $5 on North Carolina to win the tournament.
Oh,
the
you did
tourna-
good. You did good on that one.
Before the tournament even started. Like, I was just like, because we weren't even supposed to be a tournament team. I was like, North Carolina's winning the tournament. And everybody's like, you're nuts. I'm like, well, we're in the championship game, so that's a win for me. I didn't win my $500, but
I did. I put like $10 on St. Mary's, but you know what it is.
I would have loved to see them win. Or what's
Yep.
St. Peter's
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie.
underdog team?
Peacocks.
Yes.
Kind of halfway rooted for Duke in the Final Four.
I thought we were friends, AJ.
Like, I rooted for North Carolina, so Coach K would lose, but I thought it would be kind of cool if he was in the national championship game in his last year.
No. Rat face.
I texted Jarrett and I was like,
He's like, I feel bad for Coach K. I'm like, no.
I
him.
did.
No remorse.
He was really defeated.
But
You know how bad it would be, though, to lose your final game to your rival. You lose
You
your
lost
final home game to your rival.
But
Just terrible.
I think what made me more mad about it is that he took a whole year. Like, it was like a retirement tour. Whereas, like, Roy Williams just retired in the middle of the offseason. And then,
Maybe Roy Williams should have been a better coach.
what do you mean? And then, was it Villanova's coach just did the same thing? Like, you don't have to have a retirement tour. Like, you're not that great.
It'd be nice if he
You
pulled a
are.
Tom Brady.
I'm not going to say that Coach K is not
What if he?
a great.
What if he does? What if Tom Brady's it?
Who cares?
He's like, you know what? I want to bitch slap North Carolina just one more time. Didn't they finish even?
I don't know. Something like that.
I'm pretty sure the win-loss is even.
I do know that Coach K has a losing record himself to North Carolina, but I think overall the games between the two are tied. It's either that or North Carolina's up one now.
I think it was up one. Or maybe I'm thinking Tennessee. I don't know.
But I will say that the first time North Carolina playing Duke in the tournament was a Final Four game was pretty awesome.
That was a very, very Eric Church. Was it Eric Church?
Yeah.
Eric Church canceled a concert to go to the game. Was like,
Yeah.
hey, sorry, but this is my wet dream.
Ball is life.
Yeah. At least North Carolina won for him, I guess.
That's true. Very true. I was super hype about that game. I was punching air. Like, straight up.
I bet you were. I was watching it in Ohio.
Shalina was laying in bed next to me asleep, and I'm over there.
I thought you'd be like, she was awake and she's like, shut the fuck up.
No, I would have.
Kick your ass out.
Yeah, I was waiting for it, but no, she's gonzo. She's asleep. Anyway,
Fair enough.
that's all I got for the week. I don't got anything else.
I don't really have anything either.
I'm good.
Well, AJ, welcome aboard.
Thanks.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Working
Inside these wooden walls.
inside these wooden walls in the garage.
It's nicer looking at it here than it is on the camera.
I think so too. Yeah.
I was looking forward to rolling a die cast around.
I mean, I could.
You know, like the Tommy Boy scene, but they're not here, so that's a shame. But
Yeah,
now I have to bring something. I got to bring something.
Yeah.
we got
Put
shelf
here, that
space.
way I can-
don't let me forget to bring my stuff in for my car after this.
I won't.
But we got some monitors up now. You see the one over to AJ's left.
Still getting that worked out, but hopefully it'll have our logo on it next week or whenever. But I did want to say again, thank you. I mean, this has been something that I've wanted for a long time. So
Like since episode 1, Dakota's like, "Do you think?"
I was like,
what
I
do you
want him
think?
on.
I want AJ on.
Oh, you guys should have asked. It's fun.
Well, we weren't sure. Well, we weren't sure how this was going to go anyway.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And then it just
And then last one episode.
yeah.
Would have been fine.
But we didn't want to waste.
No,
your
it's
time.
it's well put together. I like. It's
Well, thank you for saying that because
guys are-
sometimes I'm like, this
guys are
is
taking
a
it. You
shit show that we're able to hide behind the scenes. But I think what we have is great. So
it's put together. You guys, and you talk throughout the week, and you put things together, and you know what you're doing.
I like to
We-
pretend to.
I don't know if you know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing when you sit down.
We
Yeah.
at least know what we're going to talk about, but we don't know who's going to start talking about said thing. We
Just
kinda
whoever
settled
starts,
out.
whoever starts talking.
Yep.
I do. I have a hat. I'll bring in here.
I got a hat
from
in my
where?
car that I'm bringing in.
Yeah,
It's
but
a-
mine is a CRA Super Series win.
Mine's a retro Dale Jarrett hat.
I have a
baby.
Jags hat.
Oh, your Cody Coughlin costume.
Yeah. Oh well, no, we never talked about that.
Dickhead.
I didn't want to.
I sent you that.
Yeah, you
picture.
did. And it was priceless. I
Did it have my stickers on the fire suit?
think it did.
Because I know,
Yes.
Once we got there, I tore them off and I took the fire suit off. I was like, I can't do this. It's too hot.
It's
That was
funny
fun.
because not very many people understood it, but the people that needed
Priceless.
to understand it.
I
Understood
loved it.
I need to get the tweet that I made, print it off and put it up on the wall, like frame it. I don't.
What was it?
It was the comparison of when he was at Winchester and he made the crybaby face. I was like Cody Coughlin when he wrecked somebody for a win, and then he was bitching at Nashville about Cole Williams.
Yep.
Well, now that we're on the topic, I got it now. The best thing I've ever experienced in my life, we were at Lucas Oil. And all through, he was racing trucks. And the guy setting up his cars, crew chief and everything, he practiced the car. And it never left the top of the board. Like it was there all day. By like 2 tenths on the field. It was, and they delayed qualifying, and he helicoptered in, last car to qualify. I don't know what he was thinking, but he never lifted going into 3 at Lucas Oil.
Oh my!
I mean, and he stabbed the brakes and junked it. First lap of qualifying, junks it. That was priceless to me.
He should know better.
You know what I mean? I think he got used to the trucks, man.
Yeah.
Jamming the brakes in the trucks, and then he just got in there and just laid into it, and it reacted like a super late instead of a truck.
That's true. I could beat him in a race in a super late on iRacing.
You think?
Yeah.
He's more of a golf guy on the Xbox.
What was that?
That was golf. Just assuming any you play a golf game, you got to flip your analog sticks up. Hit
Do you
the
think
ball.
he would ever come on?
I don't want him to.
I mean, I don't either. But
I think you have not enough zeros in your bank account.
he can kiss my
Yeah,
ass.
what-
If there's not 2 commas in your bank account, he's not going.
What if it's 0, 0, 0?
Like mine?
0, 0, 0.
I shit you not. I have $80 in my bank account right now.
I shit you not. I have like 3 digits in my bank account, and there's a decimal in there.
It's sad.
I don't want to comment because it'll make you guys feel bad. It's not that much, but
It's not that much, but
it's not.
It's probably like,
we gotta compare situations here.
could you afford a? No, never mind. What was it? Could you
super
afford
late model? No.
You know, while we're on that topic, real quick,
Sounds to me like we know who's buying dinner tonight.
Marissa.
thanks.
That's my bank account, and it's not gonna work.
Hunter, I don't know if I told you this, but Hunter was like, "Dude, I really want to get into racing." He's like, "I want to buy a race car and just like put money into it." I was like,
Isn't this where he was like, I don't want to do like a stock compact. I want to do like a. He said street stock or something like that.
Hey, you
Didn't
know
he?
what? Tell him to get like $15,000, buy a chassis, and then have another $15,000 to $20,000, and we'll build it.
It was something bogus like that, right? And I'm like,
"Oh no!" He said, "Let's put all our money together for a super late model." I was making $13.30 an hour, and I was like, "You really think that I could help at all?" He makes good money, but I was like, "You're stupid." And I told him the other day because he brought it up again. I was like, "Or you could just sponsor my car." give me some money and I'll like build it up to a pro late model.
Stock compact turned pro late model.
I think we can make it work.
Quick, son.
But turn it into a pro compact. He's like, nah, I don't want to do that. Although I would love to see Hunter get behind the wheel of a race car. I want to see how he does.
Put him in yours.
I've offered.
He's gonna drive it like he does people at Martinsville in NASCAR heat.
Don't use the
8
brake.
wheels turns better than 4, baby.
I do the same thing though.
But he doesn't. It's not like he leans on you. He just
He'll wreck you.
Just
bam.
jump you. Yeah, that's
He'll pull a Cody Coughlin at Winchester.
typical. Typical.
He's a Kyle Busch fan.
Oh my god.
It explains it.
I knew there was something about the Bass Pro Shops and the mullet. Trying to be. It's getting there.
The front mullet is looking fire. The front of the mullet is looking fire.
Does he have a front, like a reverse mullet?
I was like, what the fuck are you
Sorry, I
talking
forgot.
about?
hair
Front of the mullet
Yeah.
looks great.
Yeah. God bless him.
Somebody has to.
Anyway,
I guess it doesn't really fit there. You're supposed to say that when you say "God love you."
God bless
it works
him.
both ways. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yep.
All right. I think that's it for today. We hope everybody enjoyed. We hope that you come back with us next week. I'm AJ.
I enjoyed it.
I hope we don't scare you away.
No.
But anyway, stay up to date with us. We'll be posting stuff on social media, I'm sure. As far as, I don't know what all's going on this weekend besides NASCAR, but
I'll be somewhere.
I'm sure there's going to be stuff going on. So,
I'll post a picture or two.
are you going to have your shirt off in the stands?
You never know. I might. Depends on where we go.
All right. I'll be looking forward
Depends
to it.
on who's racing.
Anyway, we hope you all come back and hang out with us again next week.